I wet myself. She took me outside, took my clothes off. This isn't what you think. This happened to me when I was in primary school. My first day at primary school. I had a amazing experience in kindergarten. Did so well. Everybody liked me. I was such a smart boy. And then I go to primary school. And what happens on the first day of primary school, this is one of my first experiences of shame, is that they just jump into math that I think I cannot understand. Like, I just don't know what's happening. I'm like, how did we go from ABCs, 1, 2, 3s to like joining these numbers together? And I just had no idea what was going on. And my entire belief about myself, my parents saying, "You're such a smart boy, JK," entirely collapses. Now, not only does it collapse, there might have been a chance to redeem it, but I become so scared and so terrified as I look around and every kid seems to know what they're doing. I end up peeing myself. I wet myself. Well, that's not the end. That's shameful enough. I'm now taken out to the playground during recess, and I'm hosed down by the teacher, not in a bad way. It was just what was available in the sort of neighborhood that I grew up. I was hosed down, but I was pretty much either naked or in my underwear, but it was in front of other kids. And I mean, for the teacher, it wasn't a big deal because in the teacher's eyes, I believe it was like, well, you guys are all kids, whatever, right? But to me, I already understood the concept of shame. And it was a deeply shameful event. And the reason I share this is that seed of shame that was planted, it became a catalyst for many things in my life. There were many other catalysts, but that particular one was as a direct result of my ADHD. I did not know that the reason I couldn't understand math was connected to my ADHD and dyscalculia, however it's pronounced. And eventually, this shame, unresolved, morphed into what became my sexual compulsion with pornography. But the message today isn't actually about the pornography. It really is about the ADHD part of it, because many of us late in life do not understand where our shame comes from. There are moments where we communicated in a way that was different from other kids. There were moments where we didn't understand something and we were judged by it. Look at this guy. Yeah. We didn't understand something and we were judged by it, judged for it. And the shame just got so deep. Now as an adult, you still experience that shame. If you've ever been at work or in your life as you grow older and you're told that you're messy, you're disorganized, you're late for everything, you're always forgetting important dates, you're always promising people you're going to do something and you don't. The years of people calling you out on that, from your parents to past relationships, people you dated, to losing jobs as a result of that, to meeting people who years later, the only thing they remember about you is the pain you caused them from forgetting something or speaking without thinking, that sort of stuff. You are carrying years and years of accumulated shame. And worse still, you look out and then you are seeing people who are not much smarter than you, not better looking than you, not having more opportunity than you, and you watch them doing well. Here's what I want you to know, especially if you have ADHD, because this is something I've learned about myself not a long time ago. I only started learning about these things a few years ago in my life. You are like a supercar. Literally, you're like a supercar. You're not like a regular car on the road. Your brain is built differently. Your brain moves a little bit too fast. It moves from one lane, it switches lane from one end to the other. It sees patterns because it is designed for speed. And brains that are designed for speed are also designed to see patterns so that they do not damage themselves, right? A regular car doesn't need to see a whole bunch of patterns because it's never going to do more than what a car is expected to do. But if you have ADHD, you are always expecting more from yourself. You are always wondering, why am I not doing more? And when you see somebody that's doing better than you in that sense, who also has ADHD, it's because you are a high-powered car that's sitting in a garage. You're just parked. You're parked or you're put in traffic and you're just stuck. You're never going to hit a freeway where you can show what you're made of. And you're watching another super-powered car shoot off. That's the way my life was for many years. Till I finally, out of luck, this was not on purpose. I won't pretend that I knew what I was doing. I was just lucky enough to switch lanes, stubborn enough to be willing to lose everything, and just tired of all the BS. And so I switched lanes and I took off. And I suddenly realized this is why all those things that were taught to me, all those messages, all the learnings from high school and primary school and everything, it's not everything was useless, but the vast majority of the social conditioning did not work for me because I was a high-powered vehicle. In fact, you may have noticed that the only sort of conditioning that you aspire to are glorified ADHD personalities on TV. Like, a fictional people. So you live vicariously through fictional people, but you're never able to live like them because neurotypical people, normal people tell you that you're not supposed to do that. Are you crazy? I still have friends who are neurotypical, who for years, and I love them, I'm only learning now that they don't think the way I do. Who would tell me that a lot of my ideas, like ideas for building a business, making 7-8 figures a year, having time and location independence, being able to live anywhere I want to live, even the more seemingly frivolous things like, I just want to travel 5 to 6 times a year and still make 7 figures a year. This sounds ludicrous. It sounds ridiculous to neurotypical people. They're like, how? But that's because I'm a supercar. I'm not better, I'm just different. And when you're different, the pain that you're going to experience, it's not worse, it's just different. And that means that you have to be around other people who are different. Not only did I move fast, and not only will you move fast, but you will move even faster when you're around other supercars. When you go to those breakfasts, those breakfasts where everybody pulls up with their supercar and is looking at it, it's a beautiful thing. Some of my best friends now, the most useful relationships I've had have been with my fellow ADHD supercar individuals, right? So don't let that shame get to you. I mean, it's probably already gotten to you, so that's probably not a fair thing to say. But if you're experiencing that shame, I want you to know that one of the ways out is by exploring not just what your ADHD is, but by reframing it. You can't just look at it and go, oh, now I understand what ADHD is. It's not enough. The neurotypical people were told that you are a car. You are a good car. You are a car that follows the rules. You have to take care of yourself. And if you work hard as a good car, you'll become a better car. You become a well-preserved car. You will end up in a lane with other good cars and you will win. Your self-esteem is up there. But you were not told that you're a supercar. You were not told that you were special. You were not told that you were different. You were not told that you are capable of things that other people are not. You are not told that for the rest of the world, you are the person who is the connector. You are the person who explains the world to them because they cannot see the patterns. You are the ones who you're not the most reliable. Now, let's not pretend that we're reliable. We're not. But you can predict. You can predict the things that are going to happen. And I would like to invite you if you're interested in this, to a workshop that I'll be hosting with one of our coaches at Elevated Recovery, Dr. Howard Rankin. He's had about, I think, almost 40 years of experience as a psychiatrist and a coach. He's an ADHD expert, and he's going to be hosting this workshop where we're going to be educating you on your strengths as an ADHD individual and how to overcome some of the habitual weaknesses that have become a part of your life. Your habitual weaknesses include things like your little addictions, your addiction to shame, your addiction to constant validation, and many other usually shame-based behaviors that you are engaging in because you are somewhat different. And of course, there's some of us who've endured abuse and trauma imposed on us by a very harsh world that didn't understand us, right? So if you're interested in being a part of this, just comment or DM me the word ADHD, and I will send you the link. I hope you found this helpful. Bye.